Hi friends, it's Miss Jen OT, and this week we're actually talking about gardening. So today I'm actually going to show you a couple ways to do some home gardening. Since we can't really go anywhere to get plants or seeds, there are actually ways to do it right here at home. And I'd love to show you a few ways, and maybe you can grow some of your own plants. Let's see. So the first thing we're going to talk about is growing plants from actual scraps of food after we ate it. So I cut up a pineapple, there it is. When I cut off the top, it actually really looks like an interesting plant. But did you know that you can actually grow a pineapple from a pineapple cutting? So this is all my scraps. I just cut off the top, so I'm gonna just literally get it out of the way for a minute. I'll throw it away later and put it in my compost. But we're going to take the top. I actually cut it off and then I peeled all the bottom leaves off. After you peel, sometimes you can see like little fibers. I don't know if we can see, you can kind of see like little ones over here. They're actually going to form some roots later on, interesting enough. So after I cut it off and I took the bottom leaves off, I have this pot that I already filled with soil, and I'm going to make a hole, and easy enough, I'm going to just plant it in there. Now I need to make sure that the soil gets tucked down around really nice around the plant, and I'm going to give it a lot of water. Now, interesting enough, once it's an established plant, and it's been in the pot for about a year, we can actually make the plant flower. We can actually force it to produce a fruit. The way that we could do that is that we could add some chemicals in there, which then we have to go buy chemicals, but we could also put a piece of an apple in the pot with the plant and cover it with a bag so it would trap the gas that's escaping. The gas is ethylene, which would actually force the plant to produce a fruit, and it would actually have like a little pineapple in there. It's pretty neat. So main thing is it does need some light and it needs lots and lots of water. We'll check back in a couple weeks and see how the plant is growing, and you'll see a lot of nice growth on the plant if it has taken root. So let's check back. Another way to grow some plants, and maybe even some of our own vegetables, is by using some vegetables that we cook with and use the scrap seeds. So as you can see, this one's cut open and you can see how many seeds are right inside. Now I'm going to put this one aside because we're still eating that, but I have one that I cut the top off of, and look at all those great seeds. Now this could actually make a lot of plants because one seed can equal a plant. Look, there's two right there. So we're looking to make sure that the seeds aren't dark or black or too dried out. We're going to take these seeds and we're actually going to plant them right into our pot. I have another pot that's already filled with soil, and I'm going to go ahead and cut off the top and put it in my pot. Now, since there were so many seeds, I actually cut it in half and then cut the half again and put one of them in here. Now look at all those seeds. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover this with some of my soil. Now it's okay if they're not all covered because there's a lot of seeds here. Now, needs some water to grow, so let's add our water. Now I see some of the seeds are coming uncovered. That's okay. I'm just going to cover it back up very gently. Let's put this in a sunny window and see what happens. Now one thing that we could also do, just to help to protect it, is to add a piece of plastic on the top and add a rubber band so it makes a little greenhouse. That means it helps to keep the moisture inside and it won't dry out as fast. Let's try that. There it is. I put plastic on top and put a rubber band to keep the plastic covering the top. Let's put it in a sunny window and see what happens. Another cool plant that we can make from a seed, from a scrap of food, is we could make an avocado plant from an avocado seed. This is an avocado, and deep inside is something that looks like this pit. We're actually going to put some toothpicks in it so it'll stay in the right position in some water. Let me do it for you. Now, just before we plant them, I just want to show you a couple things. I have two here as some examples. These I actually cleaned off really good and let them dry so you could see. They actually have kind of like an oval shape to them. There's the top and then the bottom. You can see actually looks like that's where the roots would come from, right? So we're actually going to plant it in the water with this portion down. Okay, so I poked some toothpicks in and you can see it kind of looks like a cross or an X, but it's going to help to hold it into the jar. Now I have a couple jars here. This one, I just want to show you that once it fits on the top, so I have to make sure it's in the right direction. That side is down. I'm going to fill it with water and then the bottom will just be barely in the water. All right, so you can see here that the bottom is just in the water. This one's actually been in there now for about a week, and you can see the seed is starting to crack open, and hopefully we'll get some roots come out from there. All right, we'll check back, see what happens. Don't forget to change out your water every couple days so it doesn't get discolored or smell funky. All right, let's see what happens.